Are you missing out on some of the coolest rides in Cyberpunk 2077? Well, this video uncovers all of the free vehicles and the more secretive ones that you can claim in both the main game and the expansion Phantom Liberty, making sure that you have access to all the most stylish rides in Night City. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Tez. Firstly, thank you very much for clicking. You're very welcome to hang out with me for a bit while we check out these cars. I hope you find this video useful and entertaining. For everyone else, thank you very much for stopping back in again. I really appreciate you being here. And for some of my newer viewers, I am a real boy, not an AI. If you can find an AI that's this bad at line delivery, I'd be impressed. Today we're diving into all the free cars in Cyberpunk 2077 and bikes and how to get them. This is fully updated for 2.3, so it is up to date with every car you might need to find. For any more in-depth step-by-step guides for specific, more complicated vehicles, I'll put links in the description below and try and keep this video as short as possible. We're probably already too late for that, so let's crack on. Okay, starting at number 27, we have the Tanishi T400 from a company called Makigai. Yes, that's the same company that do the Mai. Last and possibly least, it's a cute little Jeep with a snorkel, which is handy if you're ever heading out to the swamps, I suppose. But based on my extremely scientific testing methods, it appears that the snorkel is just for show. Kinda looks like a Hummer and a Suzuki Jimny had a baby. Apparently it's good for weaving around Dogtown's car wrecks with ease. Well, I guess they haven't seen me behind the wheel. Apparently the sprung suspension and four-wheel drive adds spice to every off-road adventure. Even a river of toxic sewage won't be able to shake you off the roads. Somebody let me know if you've tested that. It's given to you free when you first enter Dogtown from Mr. Hands. I believe you have to have previously worked with him in Pacifica beforehand to get this, but I would imagine you will have anyway, unless you're jumping to Phantom Liberty, in which case test it. You get this one after leaving the hideout at Crest Street, straight away during Lucretia, My Reflection. One nice little feature about it I do like, when entering and exiting the vehicle, a female voice will greet you and say goodbye in Japanese. Just like with Kit 2000, it's always nice to be greeted by your inanimate objects. I don't really use it that much, it's not all that bad. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't fun to drive, but someone's gotta be in the last spot. Next up at number 26 we have the Cheyenne Coyote, and it's the red one. Cheyenne Coyote, you say? Yes, it's identical to the blue one. The only difference is that it's red. Actually, I recorded the audio before I redid the video for this because I wanted fresh video for all the cars, and they've actually got a new model. I don't know when this came about, but all the old videos, including mine, that show it as just a red version of the blue one, completely wrong. This looks amazing with the removed spoiler. I actually unironically love this one and would consider betraying Panam for it. Notice I said consider. Anyway, back to the point. This one's actually called the Bonewrecker, and I don't think that's due to the fact that it turns your spine into a sock full of pebbles. I think it has another meaning. So the only way to actually get this one is by not helping Panam. What you have to do is let Sol know what she's up to instead of helping her during the quest with a little help from my friends. So you go over and you know, behave like a Judas for the sake of a red car. Wait, and it's weaponized too? Do you know when I made this video last, I don't think it was? I think the blue one is weaponized as well now. Anyway, it does complete that job, but you can't do anything else for Panam after that. Is the name sinking in yet?
B? How could you?
Hey, glad you called.
Anyway, that's why it's at the bottom. It's an awesome car, but the way you have to get it is really shitty. Anyway, Sol will contact you and tell you where to go and get the car. I think it's awesome the way the exhaust pipes glow red hot. Next up at number 25 we have the Thornton Colby CX410 Grand Butte. I'm gonna be honest, this one's a bit of a nothing burger. The only reason it's really interesting is that, like the Caliburn, it's a stumble upon it or you'll never know about it kind of quest/vehicle. It triggers when you approach the desert film set, just here. And it'll trigger a quest called Dress to Kill. There's not much to the quest, just find out what happened at the scenes, go and check it out, but at the end of it, you get to drive away with the car. It's basically a base Colby with a slightly higher ride height, and the boot has been replaced by a pickup truck bed, kind of like a ute. You can also purchase a variant of this one from the auto fixer. In fact, it's such a heavy, slow, sluggish nothing burger. When I'm out here collecting this car just for, I don't know, compulsivity, I always grab this little beauty here instead. The Raff and Shiv that attacked the set left behind one of their vehicles. It's a weaponized Archer. The Archer Bandit Spectre. This is an amazing little car. So much fun and just super cool. So I usually end up just grabbing this one and go and have some fun. Little bonus car for you there. It's always located there because it's tied to that quest. Go grab it and have some fun. It doesn't stay in your inventory though. So like with the patrol car, it is nice to have a bit of fun with, but you can't keep it forever. What patrol car? I'll tell you about that one later as another bonus. Next up at number 24, we have Dakota's Thornton. So Thornton are bringing up the bottom of the list quite a bit here. So this is the Thornton Mackinac Saguaro, a Nomad variant of the Mackinac. It has a cage and retractable storage container at the pickup bed. And not that it makes a difference in the game, but it has a larger Chew-2 tank and racing style bucket seats. And you basically get this one free from Dakota from the quest Every Grain of Sand, after finishing all of her gigs in the Badlands. Straightforward enough, but if you don't finish Dakota's gigs, you won't get this one. Probably, in my opinion, the least impressive fix a vehicle reward in the game. Another Thornton Mackinac that you get for free is Claire's one, and you get this one from completing the Beast in Me quest, no matter what choices you make during the quest line. To coincide with the quest, The Beast in Me, it's aptly named The Beast, and it's been quote-unquote tuned in the Devil's Auto Shop in the bowels of hell. It's faster than the base model and comes equipped with racing suspension, so theoretically it should be faster and handle better. It also comes equipped with a pink bunny strapped to the front, not unlike Trevor's truck in Grand Theft Auto 5, which has a teddy bear Mr. Raspberry Jam strapped to the front. But yeah, basically, you'll get this one once you're done with Claire's gig, no matter what. I think they missed the trick. They really should have let us have Panam's one as well. Hers was particularly cool. And weaponized as well.
Sounds pretty risky to me.
The next one, I actually really quite like this. There's so many other ones that I prefer, but this one is still good. They're kind of good from here on in. This is the Archer Quartz Bandit. Now, whilst you can purchase this one, you can also get it for free. Again, for betraying Panam. Well, not so much betraying her, but just not acquiescing to her request to fulfill her need for vengeance. So if you turn her down when you're near the Wraith Tunnel and don't agree to help her take out Nash, you will receive this car from Rogue because of your professionalism. You'll receive a mission that shows you where to go and get it from. If, like me, you help out Panam because you fancy a bit of violence and looting, well, you'll be able to buy it for 69,000 eddies from the Auto Fixer terminal. Whoa. Okay, the next one that we all get by default, so I guarantee absolutely no one misses this one, but still it's the free one, it has to be on the list, is the Hella i360. So this is V's starter car, the one with the Cyberdog/Wolf bobblehead on the dash and a vinyl of Roach on the back right hand flank fender, I don't know, hind of it. This is basically to denote that this is kind of like Roach. This is kind of like your mount, but anyway, it's just a little Easter egg that's tied up with that and two other vehicles. Next up, we have a customized version of the Alvarado Playboy, the Villafort V4 FC580 Vato. This is really funny. This used to have La Cucaracha as the horn, which they removed and it just goes beep now, yet it's still called the Vato and gold vinyl wrapped. I don't know what's going on there. Was it too ostentatious, culturally insensitive? I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, enough talk about that. This can be obtained from the Beat on the Brat questline. That's when you have the fight in the Glen with El Cesar. And you get a choice to include the car in your wager. And then you can give him back the money and keep the car, because that's what nice people do. Yeah, and you get this absolute bling ride. And if that's your speed, go get it. Next up, we have Scorpion's Apollo. Now, it's hard to talk about this one without it being spoilerish. Now, this is just another variant of the Apollo, which you might already own. Anyway, without giving away any spoilers, this is obtained automatically after you've done a quest line involving Anders Hellman called Life During Wartime. I won't go into more details on that, but yeah, you'll get it automatically. So go ahead and enjoy that one when you get it. Next up, we have the Sport R7 Vigilante, a stripped-down prototype version of the Quadra Sport R7. This one has a missing front hood and is considerably more powerful than any of the other production variants. In fact, it's one of the fastest vehicles produced by Quadra. Those of us that pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty can acquire this vehicle for free after having completed the Heist main quest. I think you actually get it after the rescue now though, a bit earlier. You get a message from the body count lottery and have a conversation, at which point you've got it. Feels kind of bad when Jackie went to all the bother of fixing up your damaged ride after the scavs shot it to pieces, to just start rocking up in this beauty. Now don't worry, if you didn't pre-order it, you can still purchase it from the auto fixer for the grand total of €86,000. And number 17 is the Quadra Type 66 Cthulu. This customized Type 66 is an absolute beast. It looks brutal. It's like if testosterone was a car. You know, kind of thing Mad Max might drive. Now, if you don't want any spoilers for the beast in me, skip to the next car. If you don't care and you just want to know how to get this car, then you need to know that it all depends on making certain dialogue choices when talking with Claire during her questline. I'll put a link in the description to a video that goes over this in more detail, but in the final race in The Beast in Me, you have to convince Claire to not exact her misplaced revenge, but this is where things get complicated. It starts in The Beast in Me Santo Domingo when she starts talking about the situation. You have to pick the options that start, "You sure?", "Sorry Claire", and "Okay, I'll still drive but". And then in the final race, which is The Beast in Me Santo Domingo, you say, "What's he?", "Wait", "Claire", "Yeah, let". Once you do that, you'll end up getting this car. Once again, you can purchase this car if you don't get it for free. If you want to play the quest out how you want, go ahead and get it afterwards. Eddies aren't all that hard to come by after all. It'll cost you €67,000. But if you follow these steps, a few days later, you'll get contacted by Samson, who'll tell you about giving you the car. Next up, number 16, we have the Sport R7 Sterling. Now, I think this one is an Easter egg in itself, being that it was added in the Spy expansion Phantom Liberty. I think this one is an Archer Easter egg because Sterling Archer, the titular character from the Archer cartoon series, which I absolutely adore, he has cars that look quite like this. And even when you get in the creak of the leather, it just makes me think that's what this must be. And of course, he's the world's greatest spy. I like my headcanon on this one and I'm sticking with it. So as another Quadra vehicle, this is very much just like the Vigilante, slightly different bodywork, and it's got a massive whale tail on the back. To obtain this one, what you have to do is complete all of Mr. Hans's gigs in Pacifica and Dogtown. And you'll then get the gig Hi-Ho Silver Lining, in which you get the car. Next up, we have one that I absolutely adore the look of, and that is the Quadra Type 66 640 TS. This is yet another fixer quest reward. This one is from Dino, kind of puts Dakota's one in context, because this is an absolutely gorgeous car. So, Quadra Type 66 640 TS, inspired by Steve McQueen's Mustang from Bullitt, same colour, very similar stylings. It's even nicknamed Bullitt, and I don't think it was when the game originally launched. But I'm getting old, I could be forgetting things. I'm pretty sure it was changed though. It just looks super cool and it sounds great, just like all the Quadras. This is one of those few cars in the game that if it was a real car, it would probably be the top of my wish list. Once you've done all of his fixer gigs, you'll get the quest Gas, Gas, Gas and fire away. That's how you get it. Next up, we have the Quadra Turbo R V-Tec. This one is absolutely iconic. You will have seen it if you're following Cyberpunk before launch in a lot of the promotional materials, with V stood wearing the classic samurai jacket next to this vehicle looking at the city skyline of Night City. And yeah, this is that car. It's crazy. It handles like you're driving on ice, but it's a lot of fun. Sounds great. And it has that futuristic Testarossa style with the kind of John Player special Lotus black and gold colouring. It kind of just ticks a few boxes that I really like. 10-year-old me would have had a picture of this car on his wall. So, if you want to get this one, what you have to do is find a job in the Glen called Life's Work. Once you've completed that one, a couple of days later, should trigger a job called Sex on Wheels, in which you go to get to retrieve it. This is worthwhile having because it's super fun to drive and it just looks amazing and great for screenshots. Look at the thickness of the tires on it. That's ridiculous. That should handle a lot better than it does, I think. Anyway, it should be noted, as this is one of the 3 lore, shall we say, cars, along with the Hella and the Rattler, which we'll see shortly. This one also has the bobblehead on the dash and also has a roach vinyl on the back. Next up at number 13, we have our first bike, and this is really awesome because of how you acquire it. And the bike is the Arch Nazir Itsumade. There's two ways to get this one. You can just find where it's located, either from video guides or just accidentally, or you can follow the quest The Highwayman, which in itself is a hidden quest, a bit like Dress to Kill. You have to stumble upon it first. But this quest actually has some meat on the bones, and a nice sprinkling of sleuthery. I've put links in the description below to help you get through this quest, but to get you started, if you want to just go straight away, this is the location where the quest starts. And that's why this bike rates so highly for me, because it took some effort to get. From a design point of view, it's probably my least favorite arch, but it's still pretty cool. Check out that other video and see what you think. Next up, we have the trusty old Thornton Galena Rattler, the GA40 XT Rattler. Now, you can only get this one if you are on the Nomad path. One of the things I love about this car, straight off the bangle, is that it's got like 3 Easter eggs. It's got the bobblehead, just like the Hella. It's also got the Roach vinyl on the back. But it's also got the sticker on the back of Mikoshi. So yeah, it's a fun little car. Now this is the Nomad Star car, and it goes missing, but you do get it back. When a quest called These Boots Are Made for Walking appears, you know you can go get it. So on any other life paths, you're going to have 26 free cars. Speaking of being a nomad, at number 11 we have Jackie's Arch / Jackie's Tuned Arch. No matter what happens, you're going to get Jackie's Arch. This one, if you're very new to the game, is quite spoilerish. If you don't know what happens at the end of the heist, well, number 1, why are you watching this? But number 2, go ahead and skip to the next vehicle. If you do know, then you're fine. So, depending on where you leave Jackie's body, if you send him back to his family, you'll get a gig called Heroes, at which point you'll get this bike. If you don't send it back to his family, Mama Wells will deliver the keys directly to your apartment. But this is really cool. If you're a nomad, and V also has a minimum of 7 points in technical ability, when you meet Jackie outside of All Foods for the pickup, you can actually make some suggestions for modifications to the exhaust. And if you do this, I don't know when he had time to do it, but Jackie will have actually made these modifications and you will receive Jackie's Tuned Arch. You'll have improved horsepower. It'll be 185 as opposed to 170, and it'll visually look different with 4 tailpipes instead of 2. That does, however, add to the additional weight. I have tested this, and Jackie's Tuned Arch is ever so slightly faster. From an acceleration standpoint, the top speed is still the same. If you're creating a character with the Skip to Phantom Liberty option, you'll automatically have the Tuned Arch regardless of your chosen life path. Next up we have the only Thornton Mackinac that I like, and that's the Mackinac Demiurge. Although I think it's pronounced Demiurge, I could be wrong about that. Either way, it's awesome. It's a monster truck version of the Mackinac. To obtain this one, it's much more complicated than the rest. It involves the FF06B5 mystery, which encompasses Arasaka 3D, the game, if you haven't played that, something to look forward to, and following a lot of breadcrumbs around the place. There are plenty of standalone guides on how to get this one. It's far too complicated to include in this video because it will probably double the length of it. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to find out how to get this one. Some people claim to have been able to find it just by going and waiting at this location here on a mattress, but for me that mattress doesn't spawn unless I go through the other steps. So your mileage may vary. Go and check it out if you want, or just go and check out the steps because it's definitely worthwhile investigating. This is a whole mystery and a fun and interesting path to walk, and it's very thought-provoking as well at the end. Anyway, the full information to that one will be linked below. A lot of fun to drive, just roaring around the city in this thing. It's not massively fast, but it's a lot of fun. So, during the quest Dazed and Confused, if you're happy to throw any kind of morals out of the window, you can get a bike called the Malinamobile. Now, this is another Arch Nazir, a bit like the Itsumade, just a purple version. It appears in your list as Malinamobile if you struggling to find it. Now, depending on your choices in that quest, there are other rewards, but if you want the bike, you have to pick the option which is best for both Lena Melina and Shank, not Tool, which is to tell him that he's Lena's sister. Poor Tool. This is actually quite interesting. There's a lot of different things you can get from this quest depending on what you choose, so I'll probably put a link in the description to a video about that as well.
Meant to symbolize everything great about America.
At number 8, we have Delamain, or let's just say a Delamain car, because you'll have a slightly different version depending on your choices during the Delamain questline, but you'll still get a Delamain vehicle. So this is the Cortez Delamain number 21. The only difference between the two versions you can get from that quest is the AI that's on board. But that's one quest where I don't think you should be basing the choice on what AI a vehicle has, because it's another quest with a great moral dilemma. regardless of your choice, you'll get this car. And when you have it, experiment with having other AI weapons and things equipped just to see the fun conversation choices that might crop up. At number 7, we have Johnny's Porsche. Not the one that you get from the auto fixer, the black and yellow one that was added, at 2.0, I think it was. But this is the one that you get for free. It's Johnny's original Porsche 911 Mark II, the 930 Turbo 1977 edition. To get this car, during the chip and inquest, you get it from one of the containers when you're down at the Ebonike docks with Rogue. Now, you can get this one no matter what, but if you're kind of role-playing the game out, the only way your character would know about it is if you get the information from Grayson, so it would require you to spare him in order to get the vehicle. Otherwise, technically, your character wouldn't know about it. But either way, you know where to get it, so you can go ahead and get it. You can scan the crane controls and the container itself. You just need to use the controls to lower the container down and go ahead and get it. If you do spare him though, he exacts his revenge on Ruby Barrett. She's the one that gives you the information on where to find him during the chip-in inquest. You'll see her inscription in the columbarium later. So, how much is role-playing worth to you at that point? This was given extra context as of Phantom Liberty because Grayson, the person at the docks who we deal with, was actually going to sell this to Amaric, one of the twins that we meet in Phantom Liberty. Obviously, if you know what happens to Amaric, he's not going to miss it. And on that note, another one that Amaric is not going to miss is his Sport R7 Charon. This one is also an Easter egg, being that Charon is the boatman who crosses the River Styx and another John Wick character played by dearly departed Lance Reddick. It's got a really cool effect, and this was the first car to have this kind of thing. This was prior to Crystal Coat. When you actually start moving and reach a certain speed, flames appear on the bonnet. It kind of has that hot rod style to it, but obviously given the cyberpunk flair. If you bump into another vehicle or you tip a wall, the effect will go and you'll have to stop and respawn the car and start driving again to get it to appear. So drive carefully, cruise in this one. You don't need to go particularly fast to get it to spawn. Now, to acquire this one, you will get this automatically towards the end of Phantom Liberty after you've done all the kind of stuff and you know where the story goes with the twins and all that. You'll get contacted by a pizza-loving character called Ashley who wants you to clep this car. The quest is called Moving Heat. No need to go into any details or spoilers, it's the main objective of the quest. If you want the full step-by-step guide, there's a link in the description to how to acquire this one anyway. I think this car is very special. This was prior to Crystal Coat and the special effect was enough to bump it way up the list for me. Next at number 5 we have the Herrera Outlaw Weiler. Or Weiler? Anyway, after doing 8 of El Capitan's vehicle heist missions, you'll get a quest called Baby Let Me Take You. So, just like the normal sedan, this is an armoured and weaponized version of it. So, speed and luxury all in one. But Tez, why is this one so high up the list? Well, because it's the first weaponized one. And I like blowing shit up. Well, at least it would be the first weaponized car on the list if it wasn't for the Cheyenne Coyote, which threw me for a loop. But either way, because you have to forfeit an entire quest line, including, then yeah, it still deserves its spot despite being weaponized and looking pretty cool. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably trade places with the Weiler. Wheeler, maybe, I don't know. This would be very handy for the commute from the old Corpo office, wouldn't it? Now, stubborn as a mule, I'm sticking to my guns with the order of the next two, both figuratively and literally. When I previously made this list, there was quite an uproar not having Caliburn at number 1, but when weaponized cars arrived on the scene, as much of a Batman fan I might be, it still got knocked down a step, because surely a true Batman car would be weaponized, right? That being said, next up at number 4, we have the good old Rayfield Caliburn Murkman car, or Murkmobile. Everybody knows about this one at this stage. It looks amazing, it sounds amazing, and it drives really fast. One of the top 3 fastest cars in the game, and handles really well too now since they upgraded the driving physics of the game, compared to the previous handling, that is. And the guide on how to find it is in the description below, but long story short, after Ghost Town, head on into the tunnel where you previously fought with Nash, and it'll be along there. But the exact details are in the video in the description below, that'll help you out. It was one of the earliest Easter eggs discovered, and it was one of the videos that I built my channel on back in 2021. So yeah, there's a big part of me that feels I'm doing it dirty by putting it at number 4, but it is what it is. As much as I love Batman, a real world hero of mine was Ken Block, and that's a big part of the reason why this one drifts in at number 3. So I'm sure you know this one. This is the Quadra Type 66 Hoon. the Ken Block Tribute, and an awesome car. Again, detailed guide on how to acquire this one is in the description below, but this is like the Javelin. It's an absolute hoot to drive or hoon around in, for those of us that are partial to going sideways and ending up in a tree, that is. It sounds great, it looks great, and it's such a really awesome tribute to Ken Block. Now, much like the Murkmobile Caliburn or the Butte, which you get from Dress to Kill, this one is discovered by stumbling upon the quest, and you get it just here in Watson. After you've been to Tom's Diner and you've talked to Takemura, head on over there and you'll be able to get this one in the base game. You don't need the expansion for this one at all. Once you get to that area, you'll find the keys in the box. Johnny will appear. It's a minor quest. This is also a weaponized vehicle, so you know that ranks it pretty highly in my book. Sounds great, a lot of fun, I love it. So if you want another fun, unique car to mess around in, there is a border patrol car located not too far from the border. I'll just show you where it is. It's here. It's got a little bit of lore, kind of one of the missing persons. You can have fun. You can drive around in the border patrol car. It's unique. It's the only place you find it. You don't get to keep it. So once you kind of leave it lying around somewhere or destroy it, you'll either have to remember where it is or you'll not have it anymore. But that's okay. It's fun to have for a little bit and just know where it is. Little bonus for you there, like I promised. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. Same team. At number 2, and it was really hard to pick from the top 2. We could maybe consider this joint top spot. It's definitely joint top speed, but it is another Caliburn. This is the newest Caliburn that arrived in 2.3, and this is the Mordred. Now, for full information on how to get this one, the link is in the description below. Basically, you have a weaponized, armor-plated, Arasaka branded Caliburn. In fact, the Arasaka branding is probably one of the reasons it's plonked in second and not first. Corpo trash. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, there's a nice quest around this one, which introduces the car to us along with auto drive as a concept. If you need to find out more information, go ahead and click the link in the description. However, just know that you will be contacted by Muammar again. I'm not sure when exactly he contacts you, but I think you have to have been in touch with him first because he seems to know you when he contacts you, and he'll give you a quest to go and find out more information on this tech and car, and it leads to getting the car. The quest is called Freedom. It's got more horsepower, but it's heavier, so it works out as exactly the same speed and acceleration, I think, as the standard Caliburn and the Murkmobile. Just different skin. Now, next up in the top spot at number 1, we have the Yaiba ARV Q340 Semimaru. This is the first car from Yaiba. You may be familiar with their bikes. For example, the red Akira bike, named after Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. But this is their first car, and what a savage car it is. This one also matches the top speed of both Caliburns. It's a car first introduced in the graphic novel Kickdown, restored and owned by a street racer called Mint. Again, you get this one from a quest. The quest you get is called Motor Breath. You will get contacted towards the end of the game by River as long as you've completed his quests. That's the whole chain involving the hunt and Claire's quest chain, because Claire is involved as well. It looks amazing. It has a really nice futuristic style to it. And, you know, I don't know if it's just the new hotness, but this is my number 1. If you want to know the full details on how to acquire this one, again, the link is in the description below. It's the same video as the last car, but the link will take you directly to the timestamp. That's it. That's all the free vehicles as of 2.3. Let me know what your favorite free cars in the game are, and if I've missed any, in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It'd be great to get to 30,000 subscribers at some point, and I'll leave the algorithm suggest another video that might be useful to you. Thanks for watching. I'm out.